Hey everybody, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Chris and today's video is about signature scents. Signature scents are one of the most important groups of perfumes in my collection because they are the most versatile. They can be used in any situation, casual or dressy, and they can be used in any time of the year, spring, summer, winter, or fall. And for many years, particularly when I was first starting out or first getting into perfumes, I only wore one perfume, so that would be my signature scent. And if somebody really wanted to narrow down their collection, signature scents would be the last ones to go because, again, they're the most versatile and they would be the best ones to keep. For this video, I have chosen 25 or 26 perfumes that I think would make terrific signature scents. So with that, I want to get started. And before I do, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel and you enjoy my content, I would love it if you would consider joining my YouTube family. And if you get something out of this video, I would love a big thumbs up. It does help our channel get shown to more people. And I'm going to get started with two fragrances that I haven't talked about in a long time, but I think make terrific signature scents. The first one is Argos Perfume, and I love to wear this. I love to wear this to work. This is such a beautiful, classy, I think it's a very classy, feminine fragrance that I would call an amber, like a vanillic amber floral. To be honest with you, I cannot pick out any individual florals. They're just really, really well blended. I definitely can smell that vanilla, the vanilla amber in the background. You know, if I had to guess some of the flowers, I would guess probably rose and iris, but again, so well blended. But what I get mostly is that beautiful amber vanilla florals in the background. And this one has a nice little hit of lavender, but because it is a feminine fragrance, I think the lavender is really, it's soft, light, and airy. It's non-soapy, and I think it goes really nice with some of the citruses that are on the top. And this reminds me kind of a mixture of several perfumes. If you were to take Flower Bomb, if you were to take Mon Guerlain, and if you were to take one of the La Nuit Trésor fragrances, I'm thinking à la Folie, you combine them all and tone down the sweetness just a bit, and get that little hit of lavender, you would come up with Argos Perfume. It is beautiful. It dries down a little bit powdery. It wears on the softer side, which for me makes it a perfect work scent. This next one I haven't talked about in a long time. It's Trajan by Delectamus, and it to me is a lighter, fresher, more citrusy take on that Baccarat DNA. A lot of people do not enjoy Baccarat 540. Hard to believe. I am Team Baccarat, because they don't like that sweetness, they don't like that cotton candy sweetness, and they get kind of an undertone of a medicinal undertone like a doctor's office or a dentist's office. There's none of that in here. The sweetness is toned down. Again, it's fresher, it's lighter, it has more citruses and a little bit of aromatic notes in the background. This one might have lavender as well, in addition to sage, but very, very light, very soft. It's perfect for big gatherings. I like to wear this when I'm in a crowd. I want to smell good, but I don't want to offend people. Okay, two lovely fragrances in front of me. One is from the house of Misencer. They make so many pretty fragrances, but the one I chose as a signature scent would be Bois Iridescent. This is a citrusy iris fragrance with a lovely sandalwood. It has some sparkly nuances in it. It almost smells like there are a little bit of aldehydes, although I don't think aldehydes are listed. But what I know is listed is a little bit of violet leaf, and to me, violet leaf smells like a cucumber, so there's a nice soft freshness to it without being vegetal. It's soft, it's fresh, it's airy, clean, still floral but not overly floral, and it has a lovely soft musk in the dry down. This is one I would call kind of quiet luxury. It's very, very classic, very, very timeless. One of my favorite fragrances from Mind Games is called Queening right here. Let me tell you, this perfume gets better and better with time. It is a vanilla, but it's an interesting take on vanilla, and it's a non-gourmand vanilla in my opinion. So it definitely has vanilla. It definitely has coconut. It's more of a fresher take on a coconut. I get this freshness, I get this brightness because I know that there's green apple in here. So it's this fresh, slightly green vanilla with a little bit of woods in the background, but the woods are very green. And I wanna say I believe it's cypress. So cypress to me is like a fresher Mediterranean evergreen. It's very light, it's not overly woody. And this one is very interesting because it has the note of cotton flower or cotton blossom, which gives, it's a fantasy note, and it gives fragrances a light, fluffy feel. So this is a very light, fluffy, airy vanilla with that soft greenness, that soft tartness from the green apple, very soft undertones of a green woody note, fluffy, cottony, powdery. I absolutely love this. Again, a perfect signature scent. So a couple more affordable options. This one I talk about all the time, Loewe Woman 01. This is the Eau de Toilette. I used to have the Eau de Parfum. I used to have both of them. And I got rid of the Eau de Parfum. I just chose the Eau de Toilette over the Eau de Parfum. It's just more me, and it is a little bit more signature scent. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit fresher. So this is a sandalwood scent, but it has some lovely florals, some lovely citruses, and a very, very soft musk. Another one I would consider, you know, this quiet luxury signature scent. It's not going to be in your face. It's fresh, it's elegant, it's clean. The floral, I know there's peony in here, and I would say there's a little bit of tangerine. So a light floral, slightly citrus take on a clean, soft, musky sandalwood. This is a terrific work scent. I wear it all the time. A super affordable signature scent, and this is a signature scent of one of my coworkers. I smelled it on her, and I ended up purchasing, I think I got this giant bottle for $30, and this is Kate Spade, New York. This is the original. I've talked about the flanker. I think the original makes a better year-round signature scent. This one kind of reminds me of Burberry Her. Burberry Her, the Eau de Toilette. They smell very, very similar, and I actually think I have that in my basket today. So there's a lot of freshness. This is a strawberry-centered fragrance, whereas Burberry for Her, the Eau de Toilette, is more of a black currant. They both share peony, I believe. They both have a lovely pear. And you would think from those notes this would be more of a spring or summer scent, but this has a note of cashmere, so it starts off really fresh. It starts off really light, musky and floral, and as it dries down, it gets warmer. Cashmere, you know, is supposed to feel like a warm blanket. It definitely changes in the dry down. It gets warmer and more cozy in the dry down. Another one that wears lightly, but it is a terrific year-round work scent. All right, the next one is by the House of Toomey. So this is technically, I guess it would be a designer scent, and it is a terrific year-round signature vanilla scent. And this is a vanilla scent that is not gourmand. In other words, it doesn't smell like food. It's a lovely vanillic floral. So the flower in here mainly is jasmine. It's a very, very delicate jasmine. It's not indolic, and it's not overly heady. It has a little bit of pink pepper in the background. I get that more in the opening. And this reminds me a lot of Burberry Goddess. So if you were to change out the lavender and Burberry Goddess for the floral here, for the jasmine, they are very, very similar. So it's a great scent to wear year round. You're gonna hear the same themes over and over because for signature scents, I think by definition, they're gonna be good work scents. So this is a terrific floral vanilla that's very, very light and not overly offensive. The next one is, gosh, I talk about this all the time. This is my second bottle. To me, it is a freshy masterpiece. This is wood sage and sea salt. People used to talk about it all the time. Now nobody talks about it, but I still think it is a terrific signature scent. It's got grapefruit, it's got salt, it's got this very bizarre note of seaweed, which is typically a note I really shy away from in perfumes because I don't want to smell like ocean floor, but I almost get none of that. What I get is just a very fresh, light, soft, clean musk that's very, very non-offensive. Another terrific scent that I love to wear when I'm in gatherings. A great work scent. I mean, it's a great everyday scent. And Jo Malone does get a lot of hate because her fragrances just don't last forever. And I've always said on this channel, longevity isn't really a deal breaker for me. But if that's not your thing and you must and you insist on fragrances lasting all day, trust me, I get it, then you kind of probably want to stay away from Jo Malone fragrances. But I think this is a terrific fragrance, and it's great year round, but it really shines in the hotter weather. Okay, a lot of people in my audience, or a lot of people who watch me, are only interested in cleanly formulated fragrances. And I found this really lovely house sometime this year, and they started off making candles, but they make terrific fragrances. I have two. One of them I chose for this video. I mean, I could have chose either one of them. I chose Highs Plus Lows. This is their take on a vanilla, but trust me, it is a non-gourmand vanilla. It is a vanilla musk. It has some soft florals in the beginning. It has some soft citruses. I think this has a little bit of green apple. But what this is kind of like Your Skin But Better in a vanilla form. It reminds me of a less screechy, less soapy, slightly sweeter version of Lake and Sky 1111. If you like that kind of a vibe, but it was a little bit too much, it was a little bit too screechy for you, too musky, like that too sharp, clean musk. This one is a softer version, not softer wearing, but just softer. It's toned down, and there's a nice non-gourmand vanilla. It's really, really lovely. It just makes you smell clean and fresh and soft and light. It is light wearing. It's not loud. It's not going to project loudly, but it will last it lasts the next day on clothing, and I really, really enjoy it. Fragrance I talk about all the time. It puts me in the ballpark of wood sage and sea salt is Cedrus by Chloe. This is a Quentin Biche creation. I think it's a Quentin Biche hidden gem because it just doesn't get a lot of airtime anywhere else except my channel. I talk about it ad nauseum. One thing you're going to see on my channel is that if I like a perfume, I'm going to talk about it over and over and over again. I'm not that channel who only talks about new, how great these new fragrances are. And then you never hear from them again. It always makes me wonder, do they really think that those fragrances are so great? Because they never talk about them again. So if you like that type of a channel, you're going to get annoyed by me because I do talk about fragrances a lot over and over again that I really, really enjoy. And Cedrus is one that I talk about a lot because it's just a classy, chic, elegant fragrance. I would put this again in like that quiet luxury. It's very timeless. It's very classic. This has a lot of oak moss. So this isn't as salty as wood sage and sea salt. It has a little bit, it's slightly more earthy. There's a little splash of vetiver, but it's not, vetiver oftentimes can lean into the masculine zone. This is non-masculine. This is unisex, probably leans a little bit feminine, but it's very, very fresh, clean, and bright. And it has a very, very fresh, clean, almost a citrusy oak moss. Lovely, some non-specific woods in the background, clean, light, crisp woods, and it wears lightly. Okay, I think these are my only Chanel fragrances. Look, I could have chose 10 Chanel fragrances for this video, but I didn't want to have too many from one line. And two fragrances that I think make spectacular signature scents. One is 1957. This is this is pretty new. I got mine this year, I want to say in the summer. But it is a terrific wintertime scent because there's something very cozy about it. It's floral, it's fresh, it's musky, but it's not, and it has that, that recognizable Chanel DNA, but it's not too much. It's not like a Chanel number 5, which can be overbearing, and that fragrance, the original, is a little bit too much for me. This has some aldehydes, but it's not overly aldehydic. So it's clean, but it's not overly soapy. It's floral, but it's not overly floral. And the musk is very soft, very light. This is a fluffy, fresh, almost like an angelic scent. I just think it's terrific and very, very soft, kind of classy iris orris in the background, maybe a little splash of rose. Again, another newer pickup for me is Chanel Chance. This is the original. This is about 20 years old, but I'm just picking it up because I came to love it again on the second, third, fourth try. This is a terrific floral patchouli fragrance. This is a very easy patchouli perfume to take. So it's not overly, it's a very easy patchouli. I think designer patchoulis are very, very easy to take because they're not chocolatey and they're not too earthy. This is the Eau de Toilette if I didn't mention it, but I just found that I like the Eau de Toilette better. And I preferred that as my full bottle because there is a lot of pink pepper in the Eau de Parfum. I love pink pepper, but it was a little too much with the concentrated florals. I find this one is a fresher, lighter, more airy, citrusy, clean take. And so for that reason, I just felt it was an easier wear, particularly for work. I'm always looking for really good signature scent worthy fragrances for work that I can wear year round. I like them to be classic. I like them to be a little bit chic, not too much, not too edgy. And this one has a terrific pineapple note. So there aren't a lot of designer fragrances that feature the note of pineapple. This is a terrific take on it. It's not too out of the box. It's not too tropical. It's just very, very classy. Pairs nicely with the patchouli. Okay, I'm gonna try to move a little bit faster. One of my first really fancy niche fragrances was this one right here, Good Girl Gone Bad. This is my second bottle. This is a beautiful white floral that smells like apricot because there's osmanthus in it. And osmanthus is a little bud that has an apricot-y, more of an apricot than a peach vibe. So it's these beautiful white florals with an apricot-y nuance. And I bought this because I smelled it on somebody else first and I was like, what are you wearing? She told me the name and I think I asked for that particular fragrance. I asked for it for Christmas several years ago. Love it. I've worn this to work. This is one of my most complimented scents. It doesn't last forever. Has a light, fresh airiness to it, and it has a lovely, you know, a nice, soft, easy to take wood in the base. It's super classic. It's super pretty. I just love it. One of my favorite Kaali fragrances, thankfully, this was reintroduced. This is the Wedding Silk Santal. This is a lovely, I call this a fruity, this is a sparkly, fruity vanilla. If you like a fruity vanilla, this is a very lovely take on it. It's not overly fruity, it's not overly sweet, but it's fruity and it's sweet. It has like a sugared musk, some very light florals, and I think it has a, I'm looking at the notes right here, sparkling champagne. So it's not overly bubbly, it's not overly effervescent, but that's just in the background. This is such an easy wear, as you can tell. I love this perfume. My daughter has snuck it out of my collection a couple times and worn it, and I think we both smell really nice when we wear this. A terrific year-round, classy, fruity vanilla with a little bit of sparkly nuance. Okay, kind of falling into the category of these molecular fragrances. I'm a big fan of the molecular perfumes, but the one I would definitely choose as a signature scent is Escentric 01. A new pickup for me. This is, you know, it'll put you in the ballpark of kind of that Your Skin But Better musky floral, like a Glossier You. This has a lot of pink pepper. It definitely has that isoe super, which is a molecular form of a, you know, like a woody musk. This to me is Molecule 01 with more pizzazz. So Molecule 01 is just isoe super, and it smells differently on different people. And some people can go anosmic, and some people can smell it for days. This one has a little bit more pizzazz. It's got a pop of pink pepper, which I love, and it's got some nice florals in the background. It has a freshness. I believe there's probably a citrus, like a lemon or a bergamot. It just has a little bit more dimension. I love it, and this is one of the longer lasting fragrances. I love to pick, I wear it in the summer, I wear it in the spring. Obviously in the winter it's just a terrific grab and go. One I haven't talked about in a long time is by the house of For the Scent of It. And this is nearly new. Now this kind of reminded me at first of Juliet Has a Gun, not a perfume, but I prefer this one much better. It has, you know, has a really soft musk. So it's an ambrette or a musk mallow. It has lovely soft iris, and it has a non-fruity vanilla. So it just has a little bit more depth, a little bit more character. It's a little bit more me than Not a Perfume. You know, it's sweeter and less musky, and to me, less synthetic than Not a Perfume. And this one wears softly, but it lasts for a really long time, particularly if you spray on clothes. I can get at least kind of like 8 to 12 hours. So longevity is not an issue at all. There is a lot of outside noise, and I'm taking advantage of the fact that I have a day off and I can film during the day because the light is so much better. So maybe I'll fix that in editing. I've got some really nice affordable gems here. One I used to talk about all the time, but I haven't recently, because even though I think it would make a terrific signature scent, particularly if you were somewhere warmer, I personally don't reach for it all the time in the colder weather because I live somewhere where it gets very cold. But I think this is a terrific signature scent if you're looking for something very affordable. I want to say I got this giant bottle for $19, and you love that rose lychee combination. I want to say it might have a little bit of violet in the background, but it's that beautiful rose lychee combination. It puts me in the same category as like a Lancome Idole, or maybe an Idole flanker. To me, for $19, it's like a no-brainer. And the rose isn't too, you know, it's a fresh take on rose because you have that lychee kind of offsetting the rose. They're both very fresh together, and it has a fresh, soft musk in the background. This one does wear lightly, so if you do get it, if you ever, you know, come across it, just know that it's not going to last forever. Again, that's why I think it's terrific in the warmer months. I'm not going to show Musk Therapy, even though I think Musk Therapy is a terrific scent. It is a terrific signature scent. I'm not going to show it because I show it all the time, and I wanted to show a little bit more affordable option because that's what I've been asked about a million times. First, can you show us an affordable option for musk therapy because it is very expensive? I have tried several. The best one, in my opinion, the one I think is the best alternative to musk therapy is the one called Glorious Oud. I think it's by French Avenue. This is in the dry down. It's very similar to musk therapy. It's not 100%. It's not a one-to-one dupe. I would say it's like 85%. And the differences are mainly in the top. This one is a lot more citrusy. It's citrusy, slightly sweeter. And I love citruses, but it's much, much more citrusy in the top. I think they share the same notes, lots of citrus, black currant. There are white florals like a magnolia and a soft sandalwood in the base. This one does not last as long as musk therapy. And again, the top is different and it just has, I don't know, it's missing that something, but for the price difference, I want to say I picked this up for $30, $35. If you are on a budget, if you love musk therapy, this is the best alternative I have found, and I have tried several. 2, 4, 6, 7 to go. I'm going to speed through the last 7. I cannot believe this one did not make my top 50 fragrances. It should have. It was an oversight. I have a very, very large collection, and I really overlooked this, even though I didn't want to have, 50. I didn't want to have 15 or 20 vanillas, but I knew I was going to have it in this video, so I was okay with leaving it out for 50 for life. But it's definitely, this is the Architects Club. Definitely one of my favorite vanillas. This is one of the very few vanillas that could be a signature scent. You could use it all year round because it does not smell like a dessert. This is a aromatic woody vanilla, and it's supposed to kind of put you in the mind of a gin and tonic, like a gin and tonic with vanilla and lots of woods. And if you like the fragrances like Eau d'Oeil, which I used to have Eau d'Oeil, the Eau de Toilette. They were so similar. I ended up, you don't need both. I ended up getting rid of Eau d'Oeil because I just like this one a little bit more. It has a little bit more, it was a little bit more citrusy, had a little bit more depth. It has a nice juniper note. So the juniper note is there. So this is a beautiful juniper woody vanilla. So if you like that combination, this is gorgeous. It has a little bit of, I want to say bitter orange, that lemon, and a beautiful woody dry down, and the vanilla is bordering on gourmand. Doesn't quite get there, but it gets close. But you're not going to smell like, a dessert tray because it has those aromatic notes that kind of balance it and the woody notes that anchor it. It's beautiful. It does wear lightly, and I think I wore this to like a Christmas Eve party last year. It was perfect in gatherings because it has a tight scent bubble, and you're not going to you're not going to offend people. But speaking of very, very loud fragrances, this one, Valaya, is very, very loud on me, but it is a beautiful floral woody musk. If you like something like Fleur Narcotique, if you like a Le Vent by Ormond Jane, they all are kind of in the same category. This one is the loudest, and this one is the most musky. It's like musk on steroids, a perfect wedding scent, a perfect work scent, a perfect anytime scent. You're just gonna smell pretty good and fresh. Light florals, lots of molecular notes, lots of, fantasy notes in here. Fantasy notes in here, which gives it, a modern flair, in my opinion. So a little bit of citruses, I wanna say like tangerine, orange, soft white flowers, orange blossom, lily of the valley, and again, some sort of fantasy woody notes and musk. I can't believe this doesn't last long on people because this I have to be really, really careful with. It's lovely, a few sprays, but if you were to spray like 8 to 10 times, whoa, too overpowering. A great signature scent for those of you who really like that fresh laundry type of fragrance. I do. I don't mind smelling, I love smelling like fresh laundry, but this one's going to take you a little bit more in that perfume direction. This is my only Andrea MAC. This is called Ceramic. And to me, this smells like the best laundry detergent on the planet mixed with a very soft luxury cream, like a face cream. It does have that fresh, elegant, fancy, smell like laundry, fresh laundry vibe, but it has a perfumey quality. This has freesia in it. Freesia oftentimes can smell like shampoo, can go a little bit too shampoo-y. One of the very few fragrances with a prominent freesia that does not go shampoo-y. Very, very strong, very classy, terrific scent. Bois Iridescent. A beautiful, I show this all the time. Another one I've bought multiple bottles of, a fantastic unisex fragrance. It is a woody vanilla, has a little bit of incense. It has a little bit of floral nuances. It's got that iris in it, that non-foody vanilla, soft woods. It's not too woody, it's not too vanilla, it's not too floral. It is on the softer side, so another one I would call Quiet Elegance, a terrific professional scent, a great scent to wear for work. I just love this. It's going to be in my collection forever. And a more affordable take on Gris Dior Bois Iridescent. They smell very, very similar. This is probably, you know, half price. Gris DIor, definitely one of my favorite signature scents in all of my collection. This is a love for me. This is a lifer, probably top 10. It is a very modern take on that chic. It has rose, it has patchouli, it's very sparkly. It almost has this like aldehydic, bubbly opening. It's fresh, it has citruses, and again, you know, patchouli and oak moss. It's very, very gorgeous. I love to wear this. Another work-friendly scent. I get lots of compliments. I don't wear perfume for compliments. I've said that many, many times. I wear fragrances for me, but I'm going to be honest with you. If someone says, I smell nice, that puts a little pep in my step, and there's nothing to be ashamed of if somebody compliments you on your scent. A new pickup for me that puts me in, you know, the same mindset or the same ballpark, very similar ballpark, but a much more affordable option is Fiery Pink Pepper by Molten Brown. They are almost, you know, they're very similar with some change ups. So instead of the rose and kind of the, like the bergamot here, you're going to get tangerine. So this is a beautiful tangerine pink pepper scent with a little bit of ginger. And it's just a terrific scent that smells super similar to Gris DIor. I picked this up at Fragrance Net, I want to say for $77. So if you love Gris DIor, this is a terrific, more affordable option. Do I need both? No. But I love this profile, so I have both, and I think I have one left, and it is the beautiful, it's the only fragrance I have by the House of Bois. This is Espiritu. I've got all the travel sizes, and I will at one point do a house overview. I'm trying to do all my best of for the 2024 year before I do any more house overviews, but I hadn't heard a peep about this one. It totally shocked me. Definitely my favorite. Full bottle worthy, signature scent worthy, gorgeous. And I do love that they offer the smaller sizes both on the House of Bois website and at places like Twisted Lily because it's a lot more affordable. They are a beautiful high-end niche brand. And when I smell this, man, I just so connect with this perfume. And I don't know what it is. I think there is something about it that reminds me of something I smelled long ago. There's nothing vintagey about it. I want to say this smells a little bit similar to something by Mary Kay, and the thing I'm thinking of, or the perfume I'm thinking of, is called Angel Fire. They're not the same, and they probably, if I were to have Angel Fire, which is long discontinued, and I wore them side by side, I'd be like, what was I thinking that this smelled even remotely similar? But there's just something beautifully nostalgic about this, but it's very, very modern. It's a perfume that's very soothing to me, and it's very professional at the same time, and it also smells like a lovely spa. There are some lovely florals, soft iris, soft rose. It actually has an accord of carrot, so it's very fresh. Almost has a sweetness, like a carrot has a little bit of a sweetness, but it's not gourmand. This has that fresh sweetness and a beautiful, sweet, non-dirty, non-earthy sage. And let me tell you, the way they're combined, it is absolutely spectacular. And if not my favorite of this entire bunch, definitely right at the top. I absolutely love it. This is terrific, and you can smell it for over 24 hours on your clothes. And oh my gosh, that was 25 or 26 of my top signature scent worthy fragrances in my collection. In other words, these are fragrances that if you had to narrow down your collection to one or a handful, you can wear these in any situation. So they are very, very practical in many ways. So I hope you enjoyed my content. Again, if you liked my content, got something out of it, I would love a thumbs up. Let us all know down below what some of your favorite signature scents are. Thanks again for stopping by. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.